So this is going to be something completely new and different from me. For those of you who may be watching this, I basically run a creative marketing agency, a social media marketing agency. Been running it for the past 4.5 years now. Just recently started my coaching into now helping aspiring agency owners, content agency owners or videographers enhance or elevate their current positions to where they want to be. Where I've used or I've accumulated all my knowledge in the last 4 or 5 years, scaling my own business to a 6-figure run rate, I now help others do the same. And, alhamdulillah, very good results for the students that have already come into the program. And this whole thing, like talking to the camera, like all of this stuff is so different to me because I'm not used to it. I've been behind the camera for a very long time until I got to a point where I knew I had to be on camera for my agency, New Marketing. Since then, slowly I've been trying to integrate myself into getting more comfortable doing it because I know it's important. And if you're not doing it, it's kind of you're leaving a lot of money on the table because everyone wants to know who you are, what you do, humanizing the brand, all of that stuff. So yeah, this is like raw, uncut, and unedited versions of what I get up to. So I've pretty much set my goals for today, what needs to be done. I've got a few calls with students, got calls with prospects for the agency and everything else in between. I'm just going to be showing you guys. I think this whole thing that I'm going to be doing is going to be a way for me to see how things have been progressing in my life. So more like a journal, a video journal. Don't expect anything crazy. I'm just going to be filming, cutting. I've recently moved into this new place, or my new office, where I was in Leighton before, where I shared it with my mate. And I'm sharing this place now with my accountants. Funnily enough, the accountants, well, my accountants for my business, when I first started off, I'm talking like 4 or 5 years, maybe longer than that, 6-7 years ago. I graduated uni, struggling to find jobs, had to work to make ends meet. And then I got sent a post for a marketing manager, applied for it, worked with them for like about a year or so. And then I accumulated all the knowledge in terms of social media management, content creation, what a business needs to do to grow on social media in order to drive traffic to their business and use that traffic to generate leads or sales, etc. And then I had a few friends at the time and they gave me the push to start my own agency, social media marketing agency. Yeah, so now I'm sharing an office with my accountants who were my employers back then. Kind of a full circle moment here, but I'll show you the space quickly. So here we've got the YouTube content area. I've got a frame I need to add here, but yeah, this section here is going to be value as part of the two main mottos for why I'm starting this, and that is value and insight. Insight being the day in the lives and value being through YouTube content. And that's my whole purpose on this. Yeah, so when we've got the personal branding section or the IG content studio kind of thing. So I normally move the money around, use the desk, and then got the whole backdrop there, put a few lights on the back, and then have the whole softbox pointing at me. Really happy with the new space we got here. A lot more freedom in terms of what I can create, how I can express the ideas I have in my head in the best way possible to try and give out that value and the insight. So yeah, I made my coffee. I need to get to work, prepare for the calls that I have, the meetings I've got. I need to chase up with a few clients regarding proposals I sent over. So I'll see how that goes and keep you updated. And invoices for the week, I need to get into that as well and then have a chat with the team and see what the agenda is for the week, because everyone works remote. I don't really need anyone to work in the office. So the student I was supposed to have a call with at 11, he's actually had a last minute shoot pop up his end. So we've had to reschedule that for Wednesday. So what I'm gonna be doing now instead is trying to prepare some ideas for LinkedIn. I think LinkedIn is such a slept on platform and I'm still trying to get to grips of how it works and the algorithm and the strategies. So right now, the best way I kind of do it is I just use Trello. Trello is such a good system for work management. You can just jot all of your ideas, schedule everything else you want. So the way I do it is I just repurpose my video content and then put it into copy, so then I can sort of figure out how I can get the most out of all the extra content really. And then LinkedIn here, I kind of just scrolled through a bit on seeing some other creators in the industry, how they sort of start off their hooks, their intros, do a bit of research, and then using the ones that are already working really well. I just use that to kind of use as a base template, I guess. So I was just sat here looking through some of the edits for my personal branding content, and it's just made me realize how much progress has been made from when I first had this idea of utilizing my skills and my knowledge of what I've built over the past 4 or 5 years with my own creative agency, with my own social media marketing agency, to now trying to help other agency owners or videographers, freelancers who have been stuck, only making a couple of grand a month, and even making that is a headache because they, undercharging, overworking, and their clients are as if they've been plucked from hell. And I've been there, and I know exactly how terrible that feels and how bad it feels, because you're trying to build a business, you're trying to build a lifestyle that you can live off financially, and you can provide for others maybe, or you just want a bit of your time back and you don't want to have to work such long hours and only be compensated very little. I had this idea way back last year, start of 2024, properly launched everything September 2024. So it took me a very, very long time to muster up the confidence, the courage, because I had a lot of self-doubt in the sense that maybe it might not be the right time, or what will people say, or maybe all of these stupid things that come into your head naturally. But yeah, I mean, look, if you guys are watching it and some of you have been waiting to post content or have these really good ideas but you're just shy or whatever, you're nervous, just do it, man. Do it more so for you rather than anyone else. If you're worried about what people are going to say, people will always talk. Nobody really knows or will understand what you're trying to build or how you're trying to get there. Only you do. Nobody else is going to do it for you but you.
You're telling yourself you don't deserve that, or that if you price too high.
Yeah, crazy. Took a while to kind of get the edits on point in terms of how I want it. I didn't want to go for that Alex Hormozy style, super crazy edits and all that stuff. I just wanted to be simple. I just had the ideas in my head. I just want to get it across to the people I want to speak to. Simple as. So, here we have the board to take over the world. I've never really used the whiteboard, so this is my first time actually buying and ever using one. I see a lot of people on YouTube, on Instagram, TikTok, wherever else, everyone's got a whiteboard. And it kind of makes sense because you can map out all your ideas, just let your creative ideas just flow onto one really large visual board. It'll be good, I can write my goals on it, check up on myself, keep myself accountable. Brainstorm. I can even use it for content as well, which I think would be really cool. So it's time for some lunch now. Got some food from home, and shortly after that I'm just gonna pray, 5, 10, 15 minute break, and then head straight into working on a new proposal for a client call I've got at 3 p.m. He runs a restaurant in Camden, very, very, very big. He's got 2 places, so potentially putting the proposal over for the 2 places. Looking after the social media, content creation, strategy, etc. How can we put more bums on seats? How can we bring them more traffic and get them more sales? I'll try my best to record that call so I can show you guys how I have the conversations with prospects. Bear in mind, we've already had a phone call the first time, and this lead came through Facebook ads, which I've been probably doing for the past just under 2 years. It's what I've been using to acquire new leads for my agency. And we use that as a service for certain clients if they have the right budget and we have enough capacity from our end to provide them the service to do the creatives, do the management, testing, etc. So we don't offer that as a core service, but with the right client, when we have the conversation with them and they understand that, or they question whether that's something we do, depending on the budget, we say yes. If it's something we can't help them with, we typically refer them to another agency who can help them, and then we just take like a referral commission off of them or something. So currently just looking through some of the leads that are coming through the Facebook ads, and it's quite a lot. So I'm just going to be calling up the ones that can answer, just trying to set up a meeting with them, understand more about their business, what they are struggling with, what help they need, and whether me and my agency can help them. Hi, is this Imran speaking?
Yes, Imran.
Yes, how you doing, brother? It's Numan from New Marketing. Yeah, we spoke last week. You asked me to give you a call today. It was regarding the social media marketing for your restaurant or your cafe.
Oh, yeah. I got you.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Hi, is this Shazad speaking?
Yes, speaking.
Hey, how you doing, brother? My name is Numan. I'm calling from a marketing agency. You recently inputted your details for social media marketing for your restaurant or your cafe. All right, brother. Speak to you in a bit. Bye-bye.
Welcome to the O2 messaging service.
Normally, if they don't pick up, I'll just send them a text and call them back. Call them back again later on in the evening and send them an email just so I can get as many touch points to get them to remember why they reached out in the first place.
So we're looking at someone to come on board for both, not just one, because it doesn't make sense one being out there and the other one not.
Mm-hmm.
Like to actually focus on taking videos, taking pictures, posting regularly with new content rather than us just reposting the same old stuff.
So I'm looking at both pages now. In terms of marketing that, of course, there's so many different angles. You can go through the influencer marketing, the content marketing, and of course you have paid ads as well. But because your USP is so unique and different, I feel like if we were to just go down the angle of creating content in the right ways that can attract the right people to know more about you. Some of the clients we work with, we work with Faraway Pizza. We worked with them for a few shoots.
I'm looking at your website now.
Awesome. I've literally followed you on Instagram. You'll find a lot more of our work on there. But yeah, essentially we would help you get your whole social media presence revamped, utilize the content a lot more better, come up with an idea of how we want to produce the content, what style we want to go for, how do we want to solidify ourselves through social media so that whenever anyone searches for pizza or anyone thinks of pizza, we want to be the first people that come to mind. I'll drop you a message on Wednesday and we'll just catch up then over a phone call or over Google Meets, however you prefer. And then I can go through everything in much better detail and then we can take it from there.
All right, thanks a lot. Thanks for your call.
No problem. Take care, man. All the best.
Thanks.
Speak to you.
Bye.
Bye. So yeah, doing the calls can be tiring, mentally, physically draining, but it's just a numbers game. You know, not everyone you call, as qualified as they might say they are on the lead forms or whatever you're trying to do for the ads, depending on how you do it, will not be qualified, and that comes through a lot of testing. Just testing different creatives, testing different ad styles, and it's coming up with a winning set of campaign or winning set of creatives for the right campaign. So we've already closed 2 clients from this set of Facebook ads we've launched probably just over 30 days ago. One client we signed on worth about just under 10K for a 3-month contract, and then at a 3-month period we're going to have a review and see whether we can extend it depending on how things work out. And the second client, we signed them on for two and a half a month, and that is for a 6-month. Yeah, I mean, so far we've spent about 5 or 480 or something like that. So for me, it's a case of, all right, cool. If I've already closed a fair chunk of work from it and I've only spent that much, how much longer am I going to keep it on for? And for me, it's a case of we might need to sign on another 2 more clients. And if I feel like I can't or don't have the capacity to take on any more projects because I'm at full capacity, then what I will do is pass the clients or the leads over to the students in my coaching program. So yeah, I'm just going to continue hitting up a few more of the leads, seeing how many more booked meetings we can get. The call I had today at 3 p.m. with that client from the Facebook ads, he's now asked to reschedule it for tomorrow. So that's going to be rescheduled, so it gives me more time to work on the proposal. So it is 4 p.m. right now and I'm bloody knackered. I think it's because I've recently started this whole come in early and leave early routine, simply because I just want to be able to be as present and spend as much time with my family as I can. Because I notice when I come in at like 9 and work gets delayed a little bit, it cuts into the evening I have with them and where I'm at work majority of the day. So I thought, you know what, I'll come in earlier. The thing is, I want to try to come in as early as I can. So right now I'm coming into work for around 7:15 and I'll leave about 4:30 get home for 5:15. But my idea is I want to come in earlier because I want to make sure it just allows me to stay on top of things, because now obviously with the whole coaching stuff, I'm only going to get busier and I want to anticipate and prepare for that. So usually around the 2:30, 3 p.m. mark, I notice my energy levels, my mental state in terms of focus, it takes a huge dip. It could be because I'm waking up a lot more earlier and I'm doing deep work for a longer period of time. And that's just based on preference. I know that I thrive on early routines and I've always been like that. I just thought, okay, cool, I'll just come in earlier, get more work done and I leave earlier. I'm starting to notice where now with the new marketing stuff, my actual agency, they tend to operate as in the clients, as in the work needed for that is in the later hours. So now I'm like, because I'm first bit of the morning preparing for everything in terms of the coaching and the marketing agency, and the second part of the day is just strictly marketing agency related stuff. So I tend to avoid taking any calls because I'm drained and I want to be there 100%. And if I'm not there 100%, then I can't really give them the value that they want. For the next hour or so, I'm going to be prepping and finalizing my scripts to shoot some extra YouTube content tomorrow, some ads I want to be running for the personal brand, test how they work and how they perform with the new VSL that I put. So I'm just brainstorming the ideas for the YouTube content, and I'm starting to realize that maybe I should have 2 YouTube channels, simply because the whole purpose of me even starting YouTube is A, to give insight and to give value. Insight would look like the BTS content, insight into my life. I only have one life. What I get up to in the week, calls, stuff like that really. And then of course the value aspect, which is strictly business. So I've got some ideas here which I want to do. What I want to do with this YouTube stuff is, especially with the business aspect and the value aspect of it, is where my Instagram stuff and my personal branding content through Instagram and TikTok, all of that is a lot more scripted. A lot of time goes into perfecting the words, etc. Make sure I don't stutter. But for YouTube, I just want to record it. I don't want to think about it. I don't really care if I stutter. I don't care if I mess up my words. I just want to get the thoughts I have in my head, the value that I can give out to whoever wants to watch it. Let them take that value, run with it, and inshallah, if you can help them, you can help them. I've got my ideas now for what I want to do. So hopefully tomorrow will be a content day. So as soon as I'm in, I've got a call at 10 a.m. So what I could do for the first hours of the day is record my content, because if I do it after the calls, I feel like it might drain me and it's just going to give me an excuse not to do it. So I'm going to do that first thing in the morning when I come in tomorrow, Tuesday morning. Prep for my calls, which will be the client onboarding for one of the clients we got through the Facebook ads. That's probably going to be a wrap for today. I'm going to pack up and get prepared for tomorrow. So that's pretty much a wrap for today. Gonna quickly clear up the rubbish that was used to set up the whiteboard. I don't know, man, I feel like something's missing here. I feel like maybe there's something else I could incorporate, or maybe I'm just trying to do a bit too much. Rather just keep it simple and aesthetic. But I'm just thinking, is there anything I can do here maybe? I could spruce that up a bit, I know. Maybe a few little decor items to put on the table. But maybe something for this area. If you guys have any ideas or suggestions, I'm open. Tomorrow should be a bit more busy. Tomorrow will be a lot more active here, because you'll notice the accountants will be hopefully in tomorrow. They had a few things they had to do today, so they weren't able to come in today. So yeah, catch you tomorrow. Quick story, I just remembered before, well, as I'm leaving now, and I think I put on my Instagram story last week or 2 weeks ago, but I basically went to uni, Greenwich, studied marketing. I actually wasn't supposed to study marketing, I was supposed to study business only, But then my friend at the time, his brother was at uni, and he said, don't go to study for bloody business because that's pointless. But long story short, I used to catch the DLR to go uni, come home, and I used to go through this exact same view right there. The DLR goes through here every time. Yeah man, I think it's just a bit of a full circle moment in a sense where like I used to jump on that train and I used to think, yeah, one of these days I'm gonna wear a nice suit, I'm gonna be working in these really nice buildings and I'll get like 30k a year. I'm content with that. And every time I come to my car and I see it, it just kind of makes me feel a bit grateful. I'm not where I want to be yet, but you know the saying, alhamdulillah always. But it doesn't stop you from striving to do better, to become better. So the whole point of this video, the whole point of this whole vlog, all of this stuff, is to show myself where it started. I have the vision in my head of where it's gonna go, and this is just a journal for me to know this is where it all started, or where it started from this point. And yeah man, everyone's journey is different, everyone has their own unique stories. If you're watching this, you're going uni, you're working, maybe you're running your own business, whatever it is that you're doing, be wild with your dreams man. Whatever you want to say you want to become, whatever you put action and your energy to, it will happen, it will come to fruition. Because for me, when I was on that train and I was just thinking about, I just want to be able to make 30k a year, be content, provide, have enough to save, have enough to provide for my family, and live life contently. But I think as I got out of uni and the whole corporate world just shut me down, after applying for like over 200-400 jobs, I don't know how many, I lost count. Applied for so many jobs, ended up working for Virgin Media as a, them guys that come into your house, they install internet, or they go to these electric boxes and they sort everything out. For me at that time, I was young and I had a lot of pride in me, and I was like, I just graduated uni with a degree, wasted 3 years of my life, and this wasn't what I envisioned to do, because I wanted to be in a corporate job or whatever, but I wasn't putting anything down against the job. It was just me, myself. I had aspirations of a specific career I wanted, and that wasn't what I wanted. And I did it because I had to put food on the table, I had to make ends meet, and I had to swallow my pride and my ego. A job's a job at the end of the day. As long as I'm making money and I'm putting food on the table, who cares? Eventually I left because it got to a point where I didn't want to get too complacent, and I wanted to make a change in my life to say, you know what, if I want to make the change that I want to make and I want to be the person I want to be, I can't do that there. So yeah, I left that job. Fast forward to eventually starting my own agency, specializing in content, social media management, social media marketing agency, SMMA. No risk, no story. No risk, no story. If you don't do it, even if you feel like it might not work, but you have conviction within yourself, regardless of wherever you are now, if you have a goal in mind, just put the plans in place. Just make sure you're doing everything you can to make it happen. Even if you don't have the time, make time for it. Everything's a choice in that sense, where even if you are tied up and you've got commitments outside of work, then I guess it's just a case of how risky can you go to make that dream a reality. So yeah, I'm gonna wrap it up here. I'll catch you lot tomorrow, and we proceed with the week.